I'm having to re-record this at 8 in the morning because the first recording got corrupted. Like, there was just no audio. So, if I sound rough, that's why. But with the arrival of Maximilien's vault a short while ago, basically just the night market from Valorant, there's been a bit of discourse regarding his state as a character in both the lore and actual gameplay. People are speculating that he'll be the next character to join the hero roster, and as cool as that would be, I don't think it'll happen. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see it. I feel like we need more Omnic representation in the game because at the minute we only have 3 Omnic heroes, Bastion, Zenyatta, and Ramattra. And in my opinion, the lore behind the Omnics and how they came to be, etc. is really fascinating. Mind you, I don't think we'd get much more lore because the narrative writing has been on a steady decline for the past few years. The consequences of layoffs, eh? If you don't know who Maximilien is a wealthy Omnic and a member of Talon's inner circle. He started as an accountant but found his true talent in money laundering. Over the years, he found wealth in the businesses he purchased and ran, such as Don Robotico, Casino Monaco, and other businesses around the world. It was his wealth and status that put him where he is today, at the head of Talon amongst others. After the death of Antonio, Talon's old leader, Maximilien exerted more muscle within the organization, even hiring a man by the name of Akonde Ogundimu, known by most others as Doomfist. I've probably butchered that pronunciation. I'm sorry to all of the Nigerians that are watching. It's for this exact reason that I don't think he'll be an actual playable character at any point. Maximilien works from the shadows, laundering his money between his acquisitions in order to fund Talon and provide it with the best equipment and soldiers possible. He's a corrupt capitalistic businessman with questionable politics, not a soldier. Sounds kinda familiar. In all seriousness though, it would be nice to see more of him, but having him as a playable character kinda defeats the purpose of him as a character in the lore. They contradict each other. If he becomes a playable character, it kind of indirectly retcons a lot of the lore because it strips away his reasoning for employing super soldiers like Doomfist and funding Talon. Why would he do all of this if he himself could just physically fight anyone who opposes him? See, it's contradictory. All that to say, no, I don't think Maximilien is going to be the 43rd hero. However, I think it could be someone who's tied to him and, in the grand scheme of things, Talon. The last hero to be introduced who's affiliated with Talon was Mauga, but there's another soldier in Talon that people tend to forget because he's been apprehended, and that's BC. Now, not much is known about BC other than he has some form of relationship with Effie and that he follows the ideologies of Talon to a T, making sure he never goes against them regardless of the situation. Growing up, BC and Effie were close. At some point, he gifted her carbon steel tools. They partook in many games together, such as writing on the walls of BC's home with invisible ink and working on a 3D model of Horizon Lunar Colony. At high school, BC was caught up with area boys. After graduation, he worked his way into organized crime, where his intellect was highly prized. However, he fell into debt, and when the debtors came to collect, they mistook Dio, his brother, as BC and beat him up. Dio was left with a shattered hip, a severe concussion, and was taken to hospital. BC turned up to the hospital, mumbled his apologies, and then disappeared. His mother was left shattered and refused to speak about BC. Having been driven out of the family, BC joined Talon, becoming a lieutenant. Jump to current day where BC is still in prison in Numbani after the Unity Day attack. After the battle, civil protectors arrived and began arresting Doomfist's lieutenants. Dio personally handed BC over to them. This doesn't necessarily mean it's the end for BC. We know how rich and powerful Maximilien and the rest of Talon are, so if they wanted to, they could either pay to get him out or have a full-on prison break take place in order to get him and the other lieutenants out. I don't know, I just think it would be cool to see BC's character expanded on and not gone to waste, as he's essentially the juxtaposition to Effie. An equally intelligent but corrupt person using their intelligence for the wrong reasons. I guess we'll find out on the 12th when we get that big update from the team. Either that or they'll announce 5 new KarQ skins and maybe 3 new Mercy skins. Hell, maybe even 2 Diva skins. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video as it lets me know that you've enjoyed it and want to see more. Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure you check out some of my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.